Hello.
Hi.
This is a Baltic publishing and translation grant show, and my name is Ulla Saar. I'm from Estonian Children's Literature Center. Girls, you want to introduce yourself?
Me? Yeah. Hello. My name is Katrina Pranskunit, and I come from Lithuania, Vilnius, from Lithuanian Culture Institute.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jutta Pīrāga, and I represent the Latvian Literature Platform from Riga.
So we decided that we're going to have a little session about all three Baltic countries' translation and publishing grants, because we think that Baltic literature deserves to be translated, because it's great, it's wonderful, it's fantastic, especially kids' literature, but that's my personal issue. So we thought that we'll talk about it, and I'm going to start with Estonia, and just to introduce myself and what I'm doing and what is the workplace we have about as well. So if I can do the sharing thing again, then I will do that. Sorry, this is a new program for me, so I will start just in a moment. I hope. Bye.
This is Estonian special effects, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, great. You were already in, I think.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So now you can see it. Can you see it?
Yes.
So this is me, Ulla Saar, and I'm an illustrator, and I also work for Estonian Children's Literature Center as a foreign relations person. So our center is located in Tallinn, in Estonia, just to show you where it is, because not many people seem to know that, but that's fine. And here you can see also Latvia and Lithuania, and we are all connected, like a little family. We also have Estonian Literature Center, which is more orientated on adult literature. Estonian Literature Center, Children's Literature Center, what I work for, is only for children's literature. This is our house. We are located at the edge of the old town. And all our house is like a little fairy tale castle where we have all sorts of activities for kids. And we also publish our yearly children's literature catalog with the best titles from the last year. And this is our newest catalog that was just published a month ago. In our center, this is our attic, our storytelling attic. We have creative writing for kids, we have birthday parties, we have art classes for kids, we have classes coming over for book presentation, authors and illustrators are coming and having workshops for kids. We have a fantastic little library full of children's books. Kids love being there. They just come after school and hang out there and talk to our library ladies. We also have illustration exhibitions every month, different ones, and kids are always included. We have tours with them and activities with them, so they can interact with the artworks. We have a little bit of Sailor Moon theme going on here, and this is me. So what I'm doing is I'm presenting the Estonian children's literature to foreign publishers on book fairs and different foreign events, and also communicate with publishers and translators and our authors daily, trying to introduce as many books as possible to foreign publishers. And now I would like to talk about the grant, which are you here for? It's called Traducta, and it's both for adult literature and children's literature. And so, what is it all about? You can apply 4 times a year. Here are the dates: 20th of February, 20th of May, 31st of August, and 20th of November. And the grant is both for publishers, and here is the general information about what kind of publishers we are looking for and supporting. We are only supporting literature fiction, poetry, and children's books. We are not supporting scientific, popular fiction, general cultural art criticism, stuff like that. We are interested in literature. Applying, it looks like a lot of things, but it's actually very simple. You just fill in the application form, which I can help you with. It's not complicated. Then you need to tell us the traducta, what is the volume of the translation, the character count or the word count for poetry, the calculation of the production, the copy of the contract between the publisher and the owner of the copyrights, and the copy of the contract between publisher and translator, and also your latest catalog, and that's it. Then the terms, as for publishing grant, Traducta is supporting the printing costs. So it's usually up to 2,000 euros that we grant for, and if you put that down in your application, then you will be probably supported that amount of money. And grant decisions are usually told after 2 months of the application period. It's because our secretary has to go through all the applications and formulate the answers and check that everything is in order. So for translators, we have a different grant. It's also for literature work. And the application is kind of the same, but you don't have to show your catalog, but we would like to see your CV and the accept of the translation up to 20 pages for literature work. Poem is a bit different. Then the terms, you can look more closely on the page. It's 60% of the sum is paid after the publisher has accepted your translation, and then 40% after the work is published. And usually we support the full amount of the translation fee. Also, the decisions are made after 2 months of the application period. That's like a rule. And then I would like to show you a few books that have been successful through Traducta grant. Here we have Piret Traut's storybook, the story of Sander, Muri, the Insi Mom, and the Invisible Oxen, that has been translated to 4 languages. And Andrus Kivirek's series Even the Secrets, that has been translated to 5 languages. And yeah, that's it from me.
We have a couple of questions, and I'll put it on the screen. First one is from Georgia, HKB Tamara, and she's asking that she knows about the program, but unfortunately she could not find the translator into Georgian. So what and whom you can suggest?
In case we don't have a translator straight from Estonia, we also support the translation through third language, like through bigger language, English, French, Spanish, something like that.
And another question is from Weil, and he's asking the translations must be from the original language.
If we have the translator from say Estonian to the language that he speaks about, then yes. But if we don't, then we support translation to third language also.
And I think Katrina just commented that we have a translator into Georgian, right? So,
Yes, in case you decide to translate something from Lithuanian, so we have translators.
wonderful. So you can get in touch with
Yes.
Katrina and HKV, and wonderful. And so we move on to the next part, right?
Yes, I will try to now share the screen. Thank you, Ulla. Let's see. Okay, can you give me a sign if you see my presentation? Maybe verbal sign, because I can't see anyone. I can see only my presentation.
We can see
All right,
Yes, Jutta, yes, Jutta, sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Hello again, everyone. My name is Jutta Piiraga, and I will be your best friend if you decide to translate or publish literature from Latvia. So Latvia is in the middle of the Baltic countries, and actually we are aligned both in geographical and alphabetical order. So it's easy to remember: Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. And I represent the Latvian Literature platform that we created in the beginning of the 2016 to ensure Latvia's participation at the London Book Fair in 2018 together with Estonia and Lithuania. And today we are the main organization that is working with presenting Latvian literature abroad. And we took over the administration of the grant program in the year 2019. It is financed by the Ministry of Culture of the Republic of Latvia. And all the information about our grants, the rules, and the open calls you can find on our webpage, latvianliterature.lv, section grants. And in this slide, I will try to tell you the most important information that you need to keep in mind if you would like to participate in this program. So first of all, the open call is announced twice a year, and all applications are submitted online. And both of the open calls are positioned in the first part of the year. So actually, we just finished receiving the applications for the second and final round of the grants open call this year. And when you visit our webpage section grants, you will see that we also, like Estonia, have divided our grants into two parts. So grants for publishers and grants for translators. So first of all, the translator would apply to cover the full cost of translating a literary work from Latvian. And we don't have a set limit of how much a translator can receive, because it depends, of course, on how big the volume is that they are translating. The thing that translators do need to keep in mind is that for them to be eligible to apply within this program, they would need to either have a translation contract with a foreign publishing house or a letter of intent from a foreign publisher expressing their wish to receive this full translation to publish this work. And then when the translators have finished their work, publishers can apply to cover book production costs up to 3,000 euros. So eligible costs within this program is, for example, copyrights, book text editing, proofreading, layout, book design, cover design, printing costs, binding costs, and etc. And the costs that are not eligible is the translation costs, because translators have to apply themselves, and also administration costs. So book project managers, accountants, and etc. are not supported within this program. And we do understand that all these programs are similar but different in a way. So we also have created a YouTube video guides for publishers on first, how to apply for funding, and second, how to report when you have received the funding and published the book. And both of the videos can be found on our webpage, latvianliterature.lv, section grants. And the most important thing that you need to remember about this particular grant is that all supported projects must be finished within a calendar year. So this is the reason why we have divided the grant, and this is the reason why both of the open calls are positioned in the first part of the year. So how it's usually done, when a foreign publisher has found a Latvian literature book that they wish to publish, first of all, together with the Latvian literature platform, we find the perfect translator that is able and willing to do it. And first, the translator applies for funding. And then once the publisher receives the full funding, they can then decide whether to apply the same year on the second open call of the grants, or better wait for the first open call the next year. And we do understand that for many countries around the world, Latvian may be an exotic language. So we also support translations via bridge language. And since we have been administering the program, we have gained wonderful new friends who speak, for example, Faroese, Mongolian, Greek, Tamil, and Romanian. And if at any point you have any more questions for me, or some questions have been left unanswered, please don't hesitate to write to me. My email will be displayed at the end of this presentation. And if you are a publisher who has realized that they are really missing a Latvian literature book in their catalog, here are some of the next steps that you might want to take. First of all, I encourage you to visit our webpage, latvianliterature.lv, section books, where you can find the PDFs of our current rights guides for fiction, classics, and children's literature. Before the pandemic, and hopefully very soon, maybe even this year, Latvian Literature Platform are hosting 2 publisher visits a year in Riga. So any foreign publisher who is willing or interested in publishing Latvian literature are welcome to apply to take part in one of these visits, writing an email to me, yuta@latvianliterature.lv. And finally, I also encourage you to visit our webpage, latvianliterature.lv, section About Us, because there you will find contact information of my colleagues, 3 national literary agents. They will be the best persons to ask about which Latvian literature book would suit your catalog the best, and they will also answer all of your questions and send you all the sample translations that you wish to read and check out. And me and my colleagues from Estonia and Lithuania wanted to finish on a high, so we wanted to tell you about our success stories. So I wanted to present today Nora Ikstena novel Mother's Milk, or The Soviet Milk, how it was presented in the United Kingdom. The rights for this book has been sold to 19 countries already, and this book talks about a post-war period and follows the destinies of 3 generations of women. And a children's book, Kiosks, done by illustrator Anette Melece. The rights for this book have been sold to 17 languages already, and this is a story about a lady named Olga who is stuck in her kiosk, working and longing to travel. And I must say, don't we all? aren't we all just really missing our international friends? Thank you all for listening. Please contact me at yuta@latvianliterature.lv. And if you ever find yourself wanting to feel like an Latvian author, I encourage you to go on Spotify, find our profile, I Am Introvert, and there you can listen to some of the music that Latvian authors are listening to while working creatively. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yuta. I have three questions. One is, what do you? I mean, you talked about a fellowship, and what does that fellowship entail? Can you talk us more about it? A lot of people will be really interested to understand.
Yeah, so the publisher visits we organize are usually for 2.5 days, where we bring over the foreign publishers. We ensure the travel, accommodation, and the program in Riga, and usually we just talk about all things Latvian literature. You can meet our Publishers Association, you can meet our authors, and we will also set you up for one-on-one meetings with our publishers.
Wow, that's wonderful. Another question is from Weil again, and he has asked, do you have a link on your webpage with recommendations?
Yeah, so you would then go to our webpage section books, because there is our current rights guides, where you can see what is on now in the Latvian literature, and which books have sample translations, and which we really recommend to all of the publishers.
And the most interesting part, can you tell us more about I Am Introvert campaign, which is really amazing, and it has taken a storm, and I've seen it everywhere. How did it came along? How did I Am Introvert started?
So I Am Introvert started because we were able to participate in the London Book Fair 2018. We are a small team, and we never had any experience beforehand in these kinds of PR campaigns. But we realized that we will be talking about Baltic countries and not only Latvian literature. So we realized that we want a PR campaign, and we invited a professional and told her a story about Latvia. She came back to us with 3 options how to promote Latvian literature, but I Am Introvert, we felt, was the most precise one, because previously I told her a story about how I was talking to a big literary festival, and I said, hello, would you be interested in including some of Latvian authors in your program? And they replied to me, yes, gladly, if they participate with a performance. And of course, I do understand literary festivals, they have to, invite all the wonderful artists who can perform, but at the same time, it feels a bit unfair to only judge one's literature by how performative the author is, because the author most likely will spend the most of the year by themselves writing or researching a book. So we thought, okay, we have to talk about this, and then we just came out proudly saying we are introverts because the literature is actually the perfect place for introverts to be.
Yeah, and actually the author has already performed by writing the book. I mean,
Exactly.
what more performance you would demand from an author?
Yeah.
We have another question, and then we'll move on to the next part of the show. This one is from Sylvia, and she is asking, and it will be on the screen right now. How would you say about your specificity as Baltic state? Which richness can you offer in terms of topic and soul to other countries? It's a very cultural question.
Yeah, really. Thank you. Does anyone from my colleagues wants to jump in?
Maybe you can start.
Yeah, okay. So, well, at the moment in Latvia, we are still processing a bit the history, because as some of you know, after the World War II, we spent quite a lot of time under the Soviet rule. This is also what is talked about in the book that I showcased, Mother's Milk, which has, I think also, this is one of the reasons why this has become such a hit, because it really tells about the situation from a very personal point of view. The mother of the main character, she wishes to be a gynecologist, and she wants to push the scientific research, but the Soviet rule is opposed that. They are opposed abortion, they are opposed safe abortion, and etc., and they don't talk about sex. There was even this motto saying in Soviet Union there is no sex, or something like this, so they send this gynecologist to a remote village in Latvia, and of course her studies comes to abrupt end, and this sense of isolation grows to an extent that she even can't be mother herself to her own daughter. So we are still a bit trying to move past and overcome our history. But if we talk about, I know that Ulla wants to talk about children's literature, and I can just say that, now finally we see a wonderful new generation of illustrators that are so worldly that, you can't even tell that they are coming from a small country in somewhere in the Northern Europe. They are amazing.
Well, I mean, the literature shows that literature shows the cultural richness. Absolutely. So now the other part of the show will move to Katrina, and we'll understand more from what she has to present. I'll start the presentation in a while.
Okay, so you also give me a sign. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, we do.
All right, we can see that. Yeah.
Okay, great. So hello from Katrina, from Vilnius, the third Baltic sister, as we like to call ourselves, I think. And the fact that only ladies are presenting it also says that we are sisters, probably so. So I come from Lithuanian Culture Institute. I wanted to start my presentation with a very nice view of Vilnius, so that you would know that we are living in a very beautiful city, which I invite to visit everybody. And as I said, I didn't put any map where exactly are we, but I'm glad that my colleagues did that. So as we are Baltic countries, so you know that we are next to Latvia and a little bit more further from Estonia. So small few facts just about Lithuania. Our first mention was in 1009, capital city Vilnius. We think that we have around 3 million inhabitants, but probably it is a bit less. And we are lake of forest, lakes, and poets and writers. There is a saying in Lithuania that every second in Lithuania has wrote or is writing a book, and even published, self-publishing. I mean, most probably it's most popular, the one. And I come from Lithuanian Culture Institute that mainly works on promoting whole Lithuanian culture. But I work only with literature, and this is what we do in working in literature field. So we inform publishers on Lithuanian literature, present our literature in international book fairs, our literature, and also our Lithuanian writers. We strongly work and cooperate with translators, organizing seminars for them, and also a possibility for residencies to come to Vilnius or other city of Lithuania. And there is a study visit program for professionals. So this is a very similar one that Jutta said. We also invite publishers to Lithuania to get to know more about Lithuanian literature and culture. And main topic why we are here is our translation grant program, which I'm working on mostly. And we also publish catalogs that present the best books that we have and the ones that we suggest for publishers. So our translation grant program is ongoing in Lithuania since 2001. And since then, over those 20 years, we have supported over 400 Lithuanian titles into 35 languages. So obviously, our purpose is to promote Lithuanian literature. And we have 3 grants available: the book translation grant, the illustrated book grant, and the sample translation grant. I'm not going to be talking about sample translation grant, more as it's for translators who can apply for a excerpt translating. And mainly I'm going to focus on book translation grant, and actually quite new for us, illustrated book grant, which we started only last autumn. So it's a fresh thing for us. So who can apply? So it's open for all foreign publishers, and I'm gonna pay attention that we are granting the translations of Lithuanian literature and also literary works related to Lithuania. Our deadlines are twice a year. So we just finished our April season, and now we are getting ready for autumn season. So the 1st of October is a possibility for all of you, if you will find a book that you love, still a chance to apply this year. So for the book translation grant, it is a possibility to be covered up to 100% of the translation cost. And for the illustrated book grants, as you see, it's children picture books and graphic novels that we are granting. So it would be also translation costs and up to 1,000 euros for all other additional publishing costs. That could be any other cost that you would have on publishing. And these are the information what exactly you would need to apply for our program. A form is not an online form. You would send it to me, but it's quite easy to fill it. And probably other information, as a copy of contract with the owner of the rights or with the translator, is quite something that you always need for the grants like this. Yes, probably, yes. Short cover letter and brief presentation of a publishing house as well, or translator's qualification. So there's all information, of course, is in our webpage, and it's easily foundable. And also, I am your contact anytime for any questions you are. We just have actually recently made a questionnaire for the publishers who have already been participating in our program, because we wanted to know what were their experiences and so on. So one thing that we find out that some of the publishers are naming that it's very easy to apply for our translation grant, that we don't require a lot of things. So maybe that is also something that invites you to apply. This is a nice slide with me forgetting to put something in, but actually, as we were talking, we will share some stories about our best sellers now. So actually, both bestsellers that I'm mentioning is something that Jutta was talking about, our richness of literature, and I can only agree that in Lithuanian literature, we are still reflecting our very difficult time period from starting from the Second World War, and all the Soviet episode is really still something that probably not only for the Lithuanians, but very interesting, obviously, for the whole world. And this is why the books that reflect our literature are really getting the attention. So first, our bestseller is Sibiro Haiku by Jurga Vile and Lina Itagaki, originally published in Lithuania in 2007, a hard story about Siberia, a true story, and the rights, as you see, are sold to quite some countries, and the book has received many prizes, not only in Lithuania, but also in other countries. And it's really worldwide known already book. We have the rights sold at the moment is for 13 publishing houses, and our grant program have supported 10 translations of it. But just because we received 10 applications, the other ones probably are still coming, and this is our also a top situation. This is the first time we have ever supported 10 translations of one book to so many languages. Yeah. And the other book also very historical and also about our experience and based on the true stories. It's the In the Shadow of Wolves, or the Lithuanian version was Mano Vardas Marytė, published in 2012. And since then, actually since the world's rights were sold to One World Publishing, began a journey around the world and is still being published in all kinds of the languages, and is already in English, German, French, Dutch, Polish, Estonian, Czech, Spanish, Ukrainian, and we know that Italian and Arabic versions are also coming. And Alvydas Slepikas, with his book, is the second one most supported book in our translation grant program. So, but of course, I must say that we also have books, not only historical books and not only about our difficult times, and we have also funny books, and children literature. So for all of you who are interested, so these are small, maybe what that would be a small pitch, that we are easy to apply our translation grant program, and we are quite flexible in dates of translation and in talking about every application is we can discuss it, and I am very helpful staff and ready to help for you anytime. And we also help for those books that were supported. We are very much interested in working together afterwards with publishers and help with promotional events. For example, if the book was published and the publisher wants to present it in some book fairs or other events, that now seems to be like a dream, but I hope it will come back. So we are also very much interested in helping, bringing author or translator and so on. And of course, great Lithuanian literature is something why you should take attention to us. And as I mentioned, the catalogs, yes, you can find them also on our website, lithuanianculture.lt. And these are my contacts that probably are visible already somewhere down. And that's probably it and all what I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ladies. I know that it's very sunny outside and you can't wait to go out and have some fun in the sun. But it was really wonderful. I think a lot of people, they are commenting that this session has been really helpful. What we should do now is on a group, maybe you can share the links as a post, and whenever you want to make any announcement, you can put it on the group so people can reach out to you directly. We would definitely love to know more about the fellowships when they are happening, so more people can apply and reach out to you. I think it's a great initiative. A lot of people, including me, was not aware of the initiatives you guys were doing. So that's something that's sort of an eye opener. I really want to visit Vilnius now and the other places too.
Let's talk about it. Yes, definitely.
Yes. And what else I can say? Thank you so much for initiating this, and we love having you around the group, and we would love to have more information from you. If there's any question, guys who are watching live, if you have any question, you can drop it now. Otherwise, they would wrap up the session. All right, so we don't have much questions. Thank you everyone for joining in today. Thank you, Ulla.
Thank
you, Jutta.
Thank you,
Martina. It was wonderful.
Pleasure.
You're around.
Thank you.
And thank you, Prashant, very much. Yes.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.